Hello guys, welcome back to another video, another day, another recipe. And today I am going to show you how to make mini crinkle Phyllo cake. Please keep watching because I'm going to make this from scratch. We are going to make pastry ourselves and a cake. So let's start with ingredients. Here I have a half cup of warm water, 1/3 cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and a half tablespoon of salt. And also I have 2 cups of plain flour. By starting here, I'm adding salt. I mix it well. Then I'm going to add oil and mix until oil combined with flour. I will write all the ingredients and measurement in the description box below. As you can see now, oil and flour are combined together. So now I'm adding my 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and also I'm going to add water and start knead the dough until it becomes soft. So now I'm using this bag to let my dough rest. I'm going to leave it for 2 hours. Using the plastic bag, it makes the dough become more softer. So after 2 hours, I'm going to divide my dough into small balls. I got about 16 balls. So after finish, now I'm going to let them rest for another 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, now it's time for rolling. I'm going to start with 4 balls, and I'm going to use a cornstarch or corn flour. For rolling, we only use cornstarch or corn flour. We are not using a regular flour, bread flour, all-purpose flour, no. We only need starch. Starch will make our pastry more crunchy. So that's why we are only using starch. And make sure you put a starch on the surface, also on the rolling pin. Then take each bowl and start rolling. Put aside until you finish all of them. Then now we are going to roll again, and we are going to put them in a layers, but make sure they are not stick together. So put a flour between them. I mean starch, okay? Put the cornstarch between them. And then layer them. I layer them in 4, but you can layer them in 5 or until 6. Then starting rolling them to make a big, nice circle. Make sure they are not stick together. That's why I said you have to put cornstarch every time. Dust as you go, dust as you go, as you need it. So now we are going to roll it to a big dough, and now it's time to separate them. We are going to separate each piece of pastry. Because we separate them, we want to look if the pastry need more starch. We don't want them to stick. That's why we separate them. We would look at them. If they need starch, we add starch, put them back, and start rolling them again. Dust as you go. If you put enough starch on it, it will be easy for you to separate at the end. And also, your pastry will become more crunchy. So now, I'm going to roll it until it's become big, or it's become the size, or it becomes the size of the pastry I want it. I want very thin pastry. And don't worry about the shapes, because we are rolling by using hands. So one it will be big, one it will be small. That's fine. We are not using machine. As you can see now, my pastry are ready. And this is the size that we are looking for. So thin, you can see my hands. Can you see my hand there, yeah? So the pastry are ready to be used now. You can put them aside and continue the rest of the dough, or you can start making your cake by the first pastry that you have. And you see how I separate them so easy to separate because of the starch. I put enough starch. And here I have a melted butter. I'm starting put in the tin first. Then this is the first pastry. It's one pastry. I'm adding melted butter. It is unsalted, the butter which doesn't have salt. So spread all over your pastry. Then layer the next pastry on top of it. So we are going to layer only 2 pastry. Then the second pastry also, apply the melted butter. Then now it's time to fold. You fold as you see here I'm doing. Making this pastry is so fun. You try it and you will tell me. So fun. I enjoyed it. And then fold like this and put in a tray. I'm using a cupcake tray, but which I regret later because they are too short, too small. You can use any kind of tray. A normal baking tray it will be absolutely okay. But my cupcake tray was small, so I made a mistake. So don't repeat the mistake that I did. Make sure if you use a cupcake tray, you have a big cupcake tray. If you have a small, just use a normal tray. It's absolutely fine. And this is the second one. You just repeat the same process as the first one. 2 pastry, apply butter, and then fold. So now I'm going to bake them for 20 minutes. So while they are in the oven, let's make some custard. Here I have 1 cup of milk and condensed milk. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of condensed milk. And also I have 2 eggs. But if you don't have condensed milk, use 2 tablespoons of sugar. It's absolutely okay. I use condensed milk because I have this left over from Eid. I say let me use it. But you can use sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar is okay. Mix everything together. And after 20 minutes, take your cake out from the oven and apply your custards that you made. So this process here, it was so difficult for me. As I said, the tin was too small. So for you, don't repeat the mistake. Use a big tin or just put in a normal tray, okay? Just put in a normal tray. The shape will be exactly the same. Because my afraid was the shape will disappear, but no, the shape will be the same. So now I'm using brush because using the spoon was so difficult. So I'm using brush. But this custard was supposed to go inside the pastry. So that's why I'm telling you that my tin was small. So after applying your custard, put back on the oven for 1 hour. After 1 hour, our mini crinkle Phyllo cake are ready. They are so good, so yummy. They smell so nice. I love them. My kids love them. We're probably gonna make it again and again and again and again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy and you will try. Bye.